Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This channel is dedicated to my health journey. Um, as you may have watched in a few other videos, I had some pretty bad test results that caused a little bit of concern for me, and this is about making those steps, those choices to get the ball rolling in the right direction for me. This video specifically is going to talk about the three things that I did to drop my blood sugar by 20 points in 3 days with proof of what my blood sugar is 3 days in. Be sure, guys, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Show your support. It's a very small thing to do, but subscribing does help the YouTube algorithm to help kick this video to other people. So please do go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. So this is my 24-hour chart on my Dexcom monitor. I went back 24 hours. That's as long as this chart specifically will go for. We can see that I have, hit the spikes when I've ate some meals. I'll actually go over this meal right here specifically and let you guys know exactly what I ate. And then a little bit of the dawn phenomena. I'm used to it. But the key is that in the last 3 days, I saw that dawn phenomena start to slide down as far as the time that it goes up to the time that it comes down. It was lasting about 3 to 6 hours. I'm getting it down in an hour and a half at best right now. Yesterday, and I'm sure it's because of this meal right here, did take a little closer to that hour and a half today instead of the hour-ish, and it did spike up to 188, which was still within range on my glucose monitor or my Dexcom monitor. So it did spike up to 188 before it started to come back down, and it has come down and stayed down since. And currently at like 111, if anyone was interested to know. So right here is what I've looked like for the last 3 days. Again, I started the new protocol. I can tell you I'm very, 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 very happy to see that the protocol that I have started is generating this kind of result just 3 days in. We do see that I've had actually a low and a very low. I didn't get any shakes or anything like that. I did, eat an orange to get it to boost up. It was actually in the middle of the night when that came in. Which tells me that my bedtime routine is really starting to show some good effects for me. In the last 3 days, I've had less than 1% of a high read in 3 days. So I'm super, super excited that I did hit 190 once in the last 3 days. That is phenomenal news for me. We look at the last 7 days. This is where I'm coming up with, I've dropped my blood sugar realistically 20 points in 3 days. When I look at the 7 days, which does incorporate that 3 days in it, I am 7% highs. I am 92% in range. I have my less than 1% low and very low. My active time on the monitor is a little low. I ran out of the monitor and it took me like 12 hours to get another one in my arm. But in the last 7 days, my average glucose has been 135, which again, I would have been really super stoked if that would have been my 3-day mark. But instead, my 3-day mark is, again, 116, which is 19 points lower than my 7-day average. So I know that this thing has dropped me over 20 points in 3 days. My new protocol. So I'm super, super excited to let you guys know what that is later on in the video. Again, this is my 7-day at 135. Then, let's see here. And then I'm only going to go out to 14 days to show you that it's been a steady decline, right? My highs in the last 14 days, I've had 8% highs, 91% in range, less than 1% low, less than 1% very low. 95% usage, and 140 was my average glucose. So again, guys, super, super, super stoked to get these kind of results by just doing 3 things. I started a new bedtime routine. Now, I've already been on a routine of getting the right amount of sleep. I start winding down around 9:30. I'm in bed by 10. I'm usually asleep between that 10:30 and 11. It does take me some time to get to sleep at night because I am listening to some meditation music, and I'm doing some meditations to help relax my body before I actually commit to sleep. That is my bedtime routine. That has been my bedtime routine for a long time at this point because I do feel more energized in the mornings when I do it that way. I will admit that in the last month, I've had a few days that I didn't follow that routine. I felt like crap the next day. So it is just becoming custom that, I do a little bit of meditation at night, about 30 minutes before I hit the sack. And it does seem to help me with my sleep, which in turn is rewarding me in other areas, feeling the right amount of energy the next day, not needing what I used to do, which was energy drinks. They're bad for you. You should never do them. That's just my personal opinion. I am not a medical professional at all. So, what did I change? I changed essentially just 3 things to get these results. And it's going to sound very, very, very easy because it is. Thing number 1, at 7 p.m., I've started making myself tea. Not any tea. I will argue and say probably not the best tasting tea I've ever drank, but I make 11 to 12 ounces of it every night. And in 3 days, that, with the next things I'm going to tell you, has helped drop my blood sugar 20 points in 3 days. First ingredient in my tea is organic dandelion root, nature's daily detox and digestive support. Dandelion root has traditionally been used for centuries to support liver health, digestion, and overall wellness. It has immune support in it as well. Pure natural goodness. They lie about the goodness part. It is, to me, a little bitter, but and this is very key, guys, you do not want to overdo this. You want to take it and use it as suggested. You only want to use 1 to 2 teaspoons of roasted dandelion root in hot water. But it's not the only ingredient. You want to leave that in the hot water for 10 to 15 minutes. All right. You want one other ingredient in there with it, which is lemon balm leaf. I'm not sure if it's the dandelion root or the lemon balm leaf, but one of them does give it a little bit of a bitter taste to me. Again, nature's calming and uplifting herb. So it helps stress relief, better sleep, mental focus, and digestive comfort. Again, it's a tea that I do. So I use a teaspoon. I personally use 1 teaspoon of lemon balm leaf and 1 teaspoon of dandelion root. I have a nice little diffuser thingy that, not diffuser, a little tea kettle rather, that I got off of Amazon. It's really little. I'll actually dedicate a whole video to just how oddly looking this little thing is. Um, but it has done wonders for being able to make these teas because it's got the little thing in there that you just drop the ingredients in and it keeps it from getting in your water that you're drinking. But the key is you want to actually get that water to a boil. You want to add your herbs. You want to let it steep or sit for about 10 to 15 minutes before um, consuming that. That way it has enough time to pull out all of those positives for you. Now, guys, I cannot tell you enough because I am mentioning herbs on this YouTube video. I cannot tell you enough. Source your herbs from a trusted, well-rooted place. Don't just go out and buy herbs from any Tom, Dick, or Harry. They have to be organically grown, and you need to see some sort of real proof. You need to do your research on it and be sure you're getting good quality herbs. Because if you go out and buy from any Tom, Dick, or Harry, you can get herbs that have negative properties to them because they've been around, chemical spraying for pesticides or things like that. And you don't want to be ingesting pesticides. You want good, clean, organic herbs. I will do a video on where I get mine from. But again, you want good, quality, clean herbs. Now, one thing that you can do if this is too bitter for you to drink, again, I muscle it down. It's only 10 or 12 ounces. It's not a big deal for me to muscle it down, but you can add just like a little couple drops of honey in it to give it a little bit of a sweeter taste. Be sure, again, you get good quality honey, not the crap you can buy at any grocery store. Find you a beekeeper in your area, get good organic, clean honey. Add just 1 or 2 drops if you need to. The other thing that I've really, really, really started to focus in on, and I do it daily, is walking. You need at least, at least 5,000 steps a day. I'm not going to be here and tell you to walk 10,000 steps or 18,000 miles or anything stupid. But if you have a low activity job, you need to get out, get steps in. Now, do you have to do it every day? No. Must you do it at least 4 times a week? That's every other day. Yes. You have to at least get between 5 and 10,000 steps in at least 4 times a week. Just four. Just 4 times a week. Anyone can do that, guys. You can do that. I do that. I'm fat. I'm out of shape, guys. I know that I am. And a lot of it, I will tell you, is diabetes related. But I'm going to also be honest. A lot of it is just the way we have customed our lives to, right? We have customed our lives to sit down desk type of jobs. We eliminated those hard physical labor jobs because, we keep creating a machine to do it better and quicker for us, right? So we've changed a lot of the things that come into our daily lives. And we need to start taking back our life. And these 3 steps, which how many am I on now? I've only said 2 things so far. Dandelion root, lemon balm, leaf, good quality organic herbs. Be sure that's what you buy. Don't try to cut corners and buy the cheapest thing you can find. Do your research. Be sure you're buying them from a quality person. Make you a tea. Drink it around 3.5 hours before your bedtime. All right. Get your steps in. I know that right here it says walking up to 10,000 steps a day can help reduce the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and depression. Let's start small, guys. Let's focus on that 5,000 mark 4 days a week. Do that with me. Do the tea if you don't have any type of an allergic reaction to them. If you have a bunch of allergies, you should probably consult a medical professional before adding anything that you've not done prior. Start small. Honestly, if you want to try the tea out, let's start off with a half a teaspoon of each of those. Right? Half a teaspoon, be sure you can handle it. Then go up to the full teaspoon. Don't go beyond that full teaspoon. It is not something where you can take extra of to get a better result. You need to stay within the specs. All right. So I'm going to jump back over here, guys. I told you I'd tell you what my mill was and why it kind of looks a little crazy here for a little bit. It's not as crazy as you think for as long as you think, though, based on this graph. Or maybe it is. My meal yesterday, my dinner yesterday, which came right about here. I had eggs with pepper and onion. I had potato with pepper and onion. I had a minimal amount of sausage gravy and 2 sausage links. That was my dinner. It took me from here to here to recoup. And then some stress shot me back up. It is what it is. If you did not know that stress can raise your blood sugar, it can. That is why having those herbs that help calm us and improve our mood is good. Okay? But the third and final thing, and I promise it is the third and final thing that I'm going to make a suggestion. Right now, I've suggested you eat. Not eat, but you take a tea. I've suggested that you also get steps in. The third thing that I done to improve my blood sugar by 20 points in 3 days. You're going to laugh, but this is true. I stop eating at 5 p.m. every day. I don't consume any calories after 5 p.m. other than my tea. I do my tea, again, 7 o'clock with a 10 o'clock bedtime is when I come to my room to relax and do meditation. 11 o'clock is sleep time for me. So the only thing besides water that I'm consuming after 5 p.m. is my tea. Those 3 things, and I'm seeing to it that every other day I'm hitting actually 7,500 steps personally. And that's every other day. I've done those 3 things. I've lost 1.5 pounds in 3 days. I've lost 20 points on my blood sugar in 3 days. You can do it too. Guys, if you like this video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. Help my YouTube algorithm kick this out to a lot of other people who is on our same health journey to get this out in front of them so I can help them too. Till next time, guys, I appreciate you. I will talk to you later.